as a young girl growing up in rural KZN, having come from very humble beginnings and seeing the struggles of my mom, which I think her struggles as a woman really shaped my journey, and just that ambition of wanting to achieve more, not only for myself, but I think for my family as well. The role of the people that I met, whether it's in the hair salon, where I was washing hair, whether it's domestic work, which I hated. But I think the people that I met at that point also shaped my thinking in terms of it's possible. You can make it. It doesn't mean that because you come from such humble beginnings, you can't really achieve your goals. So I think at every point, I've been very fortunate to have people that have really created an intervention, directly or indirectly, in terms of just directing my path. And I think the investment banking piece was made possible by Dr. Nelson Mandela, who really believed in me and wanted to see me progress beyond the platform of being Miss South Africa. So I think it's a bit of luck, a lot of hard work, but also staying the course and really believing in myself. And showing up in these different spaces authentically and wanting to see myself progress and really do well. My first partner would have been my mom, because I think she really was the center of my world. And I think that having somebody who's so strongly willed around values and principles of your own life. And as she was instilling that, growing up, I couldn't have asked for a better partner when I was trying to figure out the world and really finding myself in the world. I think my partnership with Dr. Madiba was truly extraordinary. I think I never thought that somebody as big as him would have a belief in me. That sponsorship for me was truly meaningful. I sit here today having acquired tertiary education because of his intervention. And so again, the values that I got from him around humility, around lifting as you rise, paying it forward, and always remembering that, yes, you bring your own brilliance into achieving anything, but it takes an entire village to really uplift you as a person. And so you should never forget where you've come from. The partnership at Investec for me was groundbreaking. I think coming from the environment that I come from and having gone to university, studying economics and political science and doing my master's in economics and finance, and also having Mr. Stephen Kossoff, who then became a sponsor and mentor, really shaped my career and foundations of my career in financial services. It has a lot to do with just your foundation as an individual. And I think earlier on I spoke about how my mom played such a crucial role in terms of really cementing myself as an individual around what works and what doesn't work. And I think, obviously, I've had a much difficult path. I think every woman in financial services does have a challenge, but I think some of the challenges that I've had have been quite unique because of, obviously, the narrative of being a Miss South Africa. And so coming into this environment with a household name like Peggy-Sue, you're forever have people second guessing you, right? And again, you have to prove yourself 10 times than your colleagues next to you, because people are just looking at you through a certain lens, and they're not realizing that actually I have acquired a very strong education that really gives me the opportunity to be in this space. I have experience. I worked in London in asset management, and I also don't think that as a woman, you always have to prove yourself. I always do things my way, and I find that doing things your way really allow you the opportunity to just be yourself and build a brand that people get to understand. How do I show up? Am I supportive to my colleagues? Do I make time and mentor? Do I contribute to strategic, conversations within the organization? Do I advocate and champion women? Because I think we all have a responsibility to really champion each other. So those are some of the things that I do that I think really break the narrative around my brand and who I am within financial services. And I've found that over the years, people have really come to respect that. And so, you have to educate and break barriers in a way that people really respect you as an individual. Sometimes we think wealth is about assets, right? And I just think for me, wealth is within each and every one of us. It's about, the sports that you play. It's about somebody building a multi-billion rand company from Ekasi. And I think Theo is, like a great example of that. And there are so many entrepreneurs that we can talk to around that. It's about Zuzibini taking on the global stage and being Miss Universe. It's about the Springboks winning the World Cup for the 4th time. For me, I think that's what wealth is all about. And so just really understanding the value of money and how you use that money to really enable, yes, empowerment for yourself, but also just all around you and the community that you come from and the impact that you can make and the difference that you can make. So I think those are some of the things that I would say would truly be important in just how young people are thinking about money. And as we say, wealth is not just money. It really isn't money. It's about freedoms. It's about connections. It's about the magic that you can create to your own community by giving back and making sure that as you rise, you're lifting everyone.